Hello guys, welcome back to TFD. Yeah. Now, I used to make this kind of video a lot, and I still circle back to it every now and then, because it serves a very specific purpose. I like to go out there and take the temperature, not literally, just to see how people are reacting to certain developments around the WNBA, and especially when those developments appear, on the surface at least, to be completely disconnected from reality. So, let's slow this down and walk through what just happened. A couple of days ago, it was announced that the WNBA Players Association voted to authorize a strike against the owners. And yes, I'm going to keep calling them NBA owners because that's what they are. Every WNBA team is owned by an NBA owner, except for two. And the league has been actively trying to transition even those remaining teams under NBA ownership. One of those situations even involves the Houston Rockets ownership group. The announcement itself was framed as bold, brave, stunning, courageous. The union authorized the power to strike, not an actual strike, but authorization. And as you can imagine, this immediately set off reactions across the sports world. I've already made a couple of videos on this. But yesterday morning, I felt the need to revisit it after David Sampson weighed in. For those who don't know, David Sampson is one of the sharpest sports business minds out there. He understands leagues, owners, financial realities better than almost anyone who speaks publicly on these topics. And he said something very simple, but very important. The NBA is going to draw a hard line on revenue sharing, and they are willing to draw that line all the way to shutting the WNBA down if necessary. That's not rhetoric. That's leverage. The NBA is not going to agree to the type of revenue sharing the players are demanding, especially in a league that has never turned an actual profit. And Sampson's belief, and frankly, mine as well, is that the players will eventually have to compromise. When I made my earlier video, I floated a theory that this strike authorization was more public optics than actual intent, a way to save face before eventually accepting a deal. And here's the part I didn't emphasize enough the first time. There is reportedly a new offer on the table. Under the framework of the next CBA, the maximum contract would land just under $2 million per year. Let that sink in. The current max salary is roughly $250,000. Call it a clean $250,000. That means the owners are offering something in the range of 7 to 8 times increase in top-end salary. 7 times. So let me ask the obvious question. Are you really prepared to reject a deal that multiplies player salaries by 7 because it also doesn't include immediate revenue sharing in a league that does not generate profit? That's how you lose fans. For years, the loudest and most consistent complaint from players and advocates has been that WNBA players don't get paid enough. Now, for the first time, the league is offering a transformational pay increase. And suddenly, the messaging shifts to "we want more and we want it now." Revenue sharing is not unreasonable in principle, but revenue sharing requires revenue. The owner's position is simple. Let the league become profitable first, then we share the profits. That is not exploitation. That is basic business. So, with that context in mind, I waited a couple of days. I bookmarked reactions, I let the dust settle, and now it's time to actually look at how fans are responding, because that reaction tells you a lot about where public support is heading. So, let's look at some reactions, because I've been waiting to see all of these reactions. Let's go. Clowns. I mean, this is who they're emboldened by. The attention received by a single player, yet they resent her nonetheless. I mean, honestly, it's crazy. They're shooting themselves in the foot, and for what? This is not going to end well. The entire leadership is made up of players who have ownership stakes in other leagues, and it's beneficial for them to kill the WNBA. When are the rest of the players going to boot them out of their roles? Embarrassing as hell. I still don't get it. I genuinely don't understand how this is even happening. I'll stop watching the WNBA cold turkey, like how I left my first wife. Don't mess this up. They absolutely have the wrong players representing the players. And I don't understand why none of this gets addressed. There are things that go on in this league that would never, ever be accepted in other professional sports leagues. And then they get mad when people question it? Sit down. You've got to be kidding me. They're going to kill all the momentum they gained last year. Real smart. I mean, yeah, good luck with that. Laughing my ass off. That's burn it down behavior. Quote, let it be known. They still think they're engaged in a Twitter fight, don't they? It's crazy. Yawn. The small interest I have in watching is going to be gone if they strike. Would anyone even notice? A lot of people, they're getting clowned. They're actually getting clowned. They have a professional women's basketball league. When did that begin? The fan base is still not invested enough to sustain the league if they strike. No chance. I mean, it's crazy. The WNBA has never turned a profit in 30 years, meaning the NBA, and more specifically the owners, have paid to keep the league alive and pay the players. Yet the players claim they've been unfairly restricted for 30 years? Really? A strike or lockout is the one thing that could completely destroy the league. What a shame. These WNBA players are going to find out real quick that nobody's going to miss them. Look, it's kind of weird. We all just got a trial run of what it was like not seeing Caitlin Clark on the court. It sucked. It really did. But these players, they haven't done enough yet. They just haven't. I mean, it's crazy. They've actually be saving the owners money. Go ahead and strike. Do a clean out. Play with rookie contracts. Ask anyone overseas if they want to play. Just clean house. We don't talk about this enough. The rookies are under contract. And by the way, the owners could easily say, we're going with replacements. Start signing players from Europe. I mean, can that not happen? I just saw one of the best players in the league lose to a 5'8" YouTuber. A 5'8" YouTuber. Yikes. Yikes. Man, I'm so tired of the fatigue around this. It's crazy. This is an opportunity for the owners and stakeholders of the WNBA to reboot the league. You'd get tons of international fans. Will anyone actually notice or care? Seriously, if the league folds, would anybody really miss it? Here, quote, SMH, they need a male representative. They're trying to capitalize off what Angel and Cece brought to the league. The other players didn't do squat to grow the game, yet want all the rewards. Now listen, one thing I am 100% sure of is this. None of this conversation was happening before Caitlin Clark arrived. For years, there was no real public push around player salaries, no serious attention on CBA negotiations, and no sustained pressure from fans or media. That changed the moment Caitlin Clark entered the league. Ratings exploded. Viewership surged to levels that, on some nights, rivaled or even surpassed the NBA. That spotlight forced uncomfortable discussions the league could no longer avoid. You can respect past players and still admit this moment exists because Caitlin Clark shifted the entire ecosystem. And I can tell you this, every single time I drop one of these videos, the comments come flooding in. They're playing with fire. No exaggeration. They are playing with fire. A lot of people were actually supportive when the conversation was about higher salaries. That part made sense to fans. But the moment revenue sharing got brought into it, people stopped and said, wait a second, hold on. That's where things changed. That statement felt completely draconian for a league that has been artificially inflated, propped up, and financially supported for decades. When I saw that, I literally stopped in the middle of recording and thought, are you serious right now? It was unbelievable. Truly unbelievable. This league finally has momentum, real attention, and real growth. And decisions like this risk burning it all down. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.